Everybody knows that if you surf the web long enough, you see some pretty sick shit. This is especially true if you intentionally dive into the dark underbelly of the internet. I've seen quite a few things I don't care to admit to, but one thing that I always remember is a site called normalpornfornormalpeople.com. The email strange things about the site was that I didn't find actually looking for it. It was emailed to me by someone. I didn't know the email was as follows. Hi there, thought this site is very nice too. You might like normalpornfornormalpeople.com. Pass it on for the good of mankind. Pretty standard issue chain letter. Also the URL and the last remark really quite piqued my curiosity. I was having a very boring day when I got this, so I made sure my antivirus was working and then click on it. It was a very average, really generic looking site. It gave the impression that the creator just barely gave a shit about making it look professional. The author seemed to have a very tenuous gaps on English, and on the front page was a long, boring and incoherent rant that I don't remember or have said. The site had a strange tagline which even today people haven't figured out the meaning of, which was normal porn for normal people, a website dedicated to the erection of abnormal sexuality. And from the start of what, I wasn't sure whether I was here to watch porn or if I stumbled into some kind of eugenics program. But I was here now, and I was very curious to see what normal people got a rock off to. So I scrolled down through the rant and nothing. The page didn't seem to link to anywhere else, and I was about to leave when I noticed what every word of the rant was its own hyperlink. I clicked one of them and was sent to a white page with a very long list of links in the form of normalpornfornormalpeople.com/random letter. So I stopped for a minute and asked myself if I really wanted to waste God knows how much time clicking random link that would likely give me a virus that would rape my computer. I figured I'll try it for maybe 5 minutes just to see if anything came up. I clicked one of the link and was sent to another page. This page apparently had totally different URL than the last one. I was just about to say fuck this when I clicked on the third link and a video download came up. It was called peanut.avi, a 30-minute video of a man, a woman, and a dog in the kitchen. The woman made a peanut butter sandwich and the man set it down for a dog to eat. This was all that happened for 30 minutes. It was obviously that the cameraman had it to stop filming and wait until the dog was ready to eat again, and the dog seemed rather sick by the end of it. I know what you're thinking. What the hell does that have to do with porn? I have no clue. I've seen a little over 2 dozen videos from the site, and the majority had no sexual activity at all. After watching peanut.avi, I went on a certain image board. I frequently play online show and tell like I always do with weird shit like this, but someone had already made a thread about it. A guy who received the same chain letter I did. The image board thread had a lot of people with nothing better to do dig through the site, and that's how I saw other video. Most of those 2 dozen videos were uneventful and consist of people talking to the cameraman in a room with nothing in it but a desk and a few chairs. I mean literally nothing on the wall, or in terms of furniture. The whole room had a very cold, sterilized feel to it. The conversation were in that banner about Purist job or embarrassing childhood moment. I kept expecting some kind of discussion about what the people were filming or what the site was about, but of course nothing. You would never know these videos had anything to do with porn if you saw it out of context. I will say one thing, though, the people who appear in this video were quite attractive. However, the other video that actually did feature content I suppose could be called sexual is where things got weird. I'll give brief description of the stranger video. If you're really eating up with curiously, you can try to hunt them down on a torrent site. LakeClean.avi, a 10-minute video filmed by a hidden camera in which we see a repairman working on a washing machine. For the first 2 minutes when it's fixed, the repairman talks to the owner briefly and then leave. The owner checks to make sure the repairman is gone, then begin to lick all over the top of the washing machine. This goes for 7 minutes. Jimbo.avi, a 5-minute video of an obese mime performing his act. It was actually pretty funny, particularly one part where he pretended to pull up a chair, then pretend that it breaks because if this is weight. In the last 30 seconds of the video, the cameraman cut to static briefly and cut back to the man sobbing quietly, still wearing a mime outfit and makeup, some kind of obscure fetish. Diana.avi, 4-minute video in which the cameraman talked to a woman in a room different from the interview room. This room looked like one you find in a normal person's house, exactly where they are never specificated, as Diana only talked about her violin playing. She obsessively playing her violin, but keep getting distracted by something. I didn't notice this until someone on the image board thread pointed out, but if you look at the mirror in the background, you can see a fat man in a chicken mask masturbating. Jessica.avi, another 4-minute cameraman video. This time, he outside a house, talking to another young woman. They talk about canoe ride. The camera zoomed out to reveal the city street behind them occasionally. The strange thing is that no one so far has been able to identify where this street is. Guests have reigned everywhere from Oslo in Norway, or Montreal in Quebec, or in Singapore. But there's yet to be a match for the street shown in the video. Tongtai.avi, 10 minutes video. The first 5 minutes consists of an elderly woman making out with a mannequin. The video cut out like it did in Jimbo.avi halfway through, and the scene is then a group of mannequins huddled together in a circle around the camera. The light have been dimmed and the elderly woman is nowhere to be seen. From this point on, there is no sound. Stump.avi, 5-minute long video where a man with no leg is attempting to break dance on a DDR mat in what looked like the kitchen from Peanut.avi, but much dirtier. There's radio playing music and scene in the background, but it stopped at a 4-minute mark when the man collapsed on the man in execution. He breathed heavily and pleaded with someone off-screen to let him rest. This off-screen person becomes terrifyingly enraged and yelled at him to keep dancing, which he does. You can hear this off-screen person began to scream as the video ended abruptly. Privacy.avi, the woman from Diana.avi is masturbating on a mattress in the interview room, while the man from Stumps.avi walks around on his hand, wearing some kind of goblin mask. The door in this room was always closed in other video, but it's now open. In this video, the only light is in the room, and halfway is dark. Near the end of the video, you can see an animal quickly run through the hallway. And finally, the last video we uncovered, Useless.avi. In this 18-minute video, a blonde woman from one of the previous interview video is tied down to a mattress. In the interview room, she attempted to scream, but her mouth is tapped over. After 7 minutes, a man in a black suit and mask opened the door, but he does not enter. He holds the door open for the animal that was running in the hall. In the previous video, it's revealed to be an adult chimpanzee. Its hair shaved and its entire body painted red. When the chimps enter the room, the masked man closed the door behind it. The chimpanzee sniffs in the air for a moment. It may have been blind and noticed the woman tied to the mattress. It goes into a frenzy and begins to maul her. The assault goes on a grueling 7 minutes until the woman finally died. The chimps eat flesh from her corpse for 4 minutes and the video ends. The thread exploded with activity after this video was uncovered, and people discussed it long into the night. When I came back to the image board the next day, I found that it had been deleted. I tried to start another one, and they banned me. I tried emailing the guy who sent me the chain letter with the site URL, sent him 5 messages and never got a response. I have to discuss this website on various pages and have been banned frequently. The site itself was also deleted about 3 days after Useless.avi was uncovered, likely because someone's contacted the authorities about it. The only proof that normal porn for normalpeople.com ever exists was a few screen cap people took and video from the site that people saved and uploaded on torrent. The most popular of which was Useless.avi, which found it always into a few gore sites. Wherever you upload them to, all the video from normal porn for normalpeople.com get deleted after a while.